He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. Merry Christmas! This is not another shitting show. We go to Boulder, Colorado. This story is actually pretty old. It's from 2018, but I found it. And on like Australian Yahoo Sport, and I couldn't help myself because it's too good. From 2018, September 19th, 2018, a big part of the Colorado football team went down with an injury during the Buffs' 45-14 win over New Hampshire over the weekend. It wasn't a player or a coach. It was their mascot, Chip the Buffalo. He was injured during the game. All he was trying to do was provide souvenirs for the CU faithful. Instead, he shot himself in the nuts with a T-shirt gun. Ow. 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 That would hurt so much. Was rolling around. Was not an easy injury for Chip to shake off either. He did need medical attention. The card came out on the field. Yeah, so I don't know how much that would hurt because I've never been shot in the nuts with a T-shirt gun, but those things are fucking smoking. And a T-shirt kind of weighs a lot, thinking of the velocity.
Yeah.
What other benign object would really hurt to get shot in the nuts with? Well, water balloon.
Oh, yeah, that would fucking suck.
Well, everything hurts to get shot in the nuts with. What am I saying?
Yeah,
that was really dumb.
Yeah, I'm like, as someone
everything?
As someone who gets kicked around that area and like sometimes a toe just glances by and you're like, oops, oh. And other times,
go ahead.
And other times you get kicked like really hard and you're like, I don't know why that one didn't hurt, but fuck it, we ball.
I should have died from that one, but I'm fine. And then the one that barely touches the left testicle makes you want to throw up.
Correct.
How many times in a month would you say you take one in the nuts?
I'm
guessing it's not weekly.
It's at one or sub one time a month.
Okay.
But I do have several. I have like one or two students that are like infamous for nutshotting other people, and a couple that are infamous for just getting nutshotted. So we have a rule in my gym. A lot of gyms have a rule that if you kick someone in the nuts, you got to do like 25 push-ups or whatever. I didn't think that was enough. So my rule is you decide the punishment for the person that kicked you in the nuts.
Oh.
And one guy accidentally kicked one of my coaches in the nuts twice, and he decided a hard round with the coach was his punishment. And I was like, sucks to be you, dude. Like, he's out for blood, and if you want to stay here, he gets to get that blood.
Ow. Yeah. No, I wouldn't like that. I would immediately, if I accidentally kick somebody in the nuts, like if I was at your gym, I'd be like, oh no. Like, I'm not trying to do this, and now I'm going to have to do something even more unpleasant. Plus, the whole, like, fighting and rolling around and punching doesn't sound fun to me anyway, so.
The funny part is the first one is normally a wave off. You're like, hey, shit happens. We've all been there.
Yeah, I suppose. It is a contact sport you're doing. Like,
right,
it's going to happen.
Right. But the second one, that's when you're like.
Day.
Oh, no, in the same round, normally. Like, in the same 3 minutes, if you kick me in the nuts twice in the same 3 minutes, I get to kick you in the leg as hard as I want until you can't walk. Like, that's my goal.
Wow. Oh, God. You've actually become a staple in my permit classes.
Yeah, let's go.
Whenever I start talking about means, opportunity, and jeopardy, the means like disparity of force, that's where you come up.
Yeah. Woo woo.
Where I'll describe you. I really got to get, next time we're together, I really got to get a photo of us like standing side by side. So when I put it on the screen, people will really appreciate like how fucking big you are.
Right.
And because if I'm standing right in front of them and then they look at that, they're going to be like, Jesus Christ. You know, we could even make it a little more dramatic. Like a lot of times hunters will do this thing where they like sit directly behind the buck and then they hold it up to make it look just absolutely enormous because they're further away from the camera.
Yeah.
And all those little tricks. Do the same thing, except I'll just sit behind Jeff laying on the ground, and it'll look like his head is the size of a fucking suitcase. Okay. Well, when you're rusty, you really got to think. I am rusty when it comes to shooting a pistol. I found that out today. Taught a permit class. Great group. Fantastic group. But then we get into the range, and I'm doing my demos. I was not great. It was a little rough. I was also shooting my Gen 4 Glock 34. Because it's barely been shot in like the last 3 years. Yep. I've got a titanium plate on the optic. I want to like actually run hard, so I've just been shooting it every chance I get. The trigger's not as nice as my Gen 5. It's got more of a wall. It's a little harder, but it's still a good gun. But man, like at 7 yards shooting, or pardon me, at about 10 yards shooting practical accuracy, like I should be able to shoot a pretty tidy little group at 10 yards. I did not shoot a tidy little group at 10 yards. It was kind of all over the place. Not all over the place, but like I was holding the C zone, you know. I wasn't holding the A zone at 10 yards. It was kind of frustrating. But then I thought about it, like, you're mad, but you've really not shot a pistol in 2 months. And the last pistol you did shoot regularly 2 months ago was a single action Tac Sport Orange. So you really don't deserve to be upset about how you're shooting at the moment. Like,
right.
But then, because it's indoors, like I've got two groups of shooters. So when I was doing demos with the second group, when I had to think about it. It wasn't automatic, but I was just like, hey, you need to just only move your trigger finger and grip the gun really fucking hard. Guess what happened? I shot a nice, tidy little group in my practical accuracy demo. So, yeah, it was good. It's just, it's so hard to like, oh yeah, I'm a pretty good pistol shooter. And then you shoot and it's just like, I'm better than that.
Right.
Really? Like,
well,
I'm kind of bummed about it.
Yeah, taking any time off, like pistol shooting is such a refined skill set that any amount of time is already going to negatively affect you, but the amount of time plus switching a platform will definitely, or even switching guns will throw you off on everything that you need to do to make the thing happen. And you were performing in front of your class, correct?
Yeah.
So that added level doesn't help either.
No, and I will always have this it'll last about 1 second where it's just like, don't fuck up. Like, you're shooting in front of all these people who are not nearly as good as you. Don't fuck up.
Right.
And then, boom, I've just added pressure, and then...
Because I completely understand it. Literally, I hit pads today for the first time in a long time, and I was going, man, am I doing this enough that like the student that's holding for me thinks that I'm hitting hard? And like, of course I am, but my guess is that the students you're teaching on average don't understand like a high level of shooting anyway. So basically, putting rounds on target consistently is probably just impressive enough for most of them.
Well, the thing is, most of them, even like out at like the indoor range I'm at, the max distance is like 15 yards. It's not very long. Most people can hold a USPSA target at 15 yards. You know,
okay.
They might have one or two off the paper. I would say out of, if 10 are going at a time, 8 of them can keep them all on the paper. Part of that is because some of them are shooting really slow. Like, they're not shooting it correctly. I'm just trying to expose them to that sort of performance shooting and, like, get them out of that, I'm going to shoot one ragged hole through that target. And try to get them to be okay with fucking up and get better. And get out of the mindset that, oh, slow down. I actually had 2 guys that are going to school right now. They're both in their 20s. And they're going to a tech school for law enforcement. And so they each have, I think one had a Glock 45, the other one had a Glock 19. And they both wanted me to, they're like, could you help me with my Zero? Because I took it to Shields and they put like the laser bore sight thing in it. And I was like, oh my God, really? They did? I didn't know people did laser bore sighting for a red dot on a fucking Glock. That's funny to me. Because I don't do laser bore sighting. I just line up the dot with the front sight when it's over the rear if I can't actually line up the sights. If I can actually line up the sights through the window, I'll just get it as close to I can right over the front sight when it's aligned with the rear and then refine it at the range. And usually that works great. If you can't actually line them up, I at least tip it up so I can sort of see it and I at least get the windage right, and then kind of guess on the elevation and whatever. And I was like, they really put a fucking laser bore sighter in it? And he's like, yeah. And the dude was like waving around. I'm like, oh, okay, it's somebody new. Got it. Because the guys I know there, I don't think any of them would do that. But that just made me laugh. But anyway, these two guys, they're going to be cops. And so I said, just you two, like somewhere down the road, you're going to be getting training from some guy who may or may not think he's really good. And he's going to say one of the dumbest things an instructor can say to a pistol shooter, particularly one in law enforcement. And that thing is slow down and get your hits. Now, the ironic thing was in this class, there was a retired 40-year plus retired cop. But he was cool. Like, he got it. And he just sort of chuckled and was like, And when he was in the range, he was actually like, he had lots of bad habits. He did lots of really great follow-through like you would see a bullseye NRA shooter do, But he was a good shooter. He was just slow, and had lots of old dogma bad habits. But I just said that to those guys, and they're kind of looking at me like, slowing down's bad? I'm like, yes, slow is smooth. Smooth is fast is not real. Slow is just slow. Smooth is when you get good. That's it. Like, the smoothness comes from getting good. The slow equals smooth just means you're slow, and that's how you manage to be smooth. That's all.
Yep.
But yeah, so I knocked a little rust off, but it was just like, it was so interesting to think, I have to think about what I'm doing. I can't just do it and have it be good. So anyway, patreon.com/notanothershooting-show. Merry Christmas. Again, my Christmas gift comes in 8 days. r/NASS. That's our Reddit. You can go on there and get all caught up with all the nonsense we're doing on Reddit. Oh, I didn't finish patreon.com/notanothershooting-show. I didn't do all of that. $3.57 a month. And you get all of our second episode every single week instead of just the first 10, 15 minutes. MW Activewear. The jerseys for Great Plains are on sale right now. The link is on Practice Score for the sign up for Great Plains, which opens on New Year's Day, a week from tomorrow. Would that be New Year's Day? New Year's Day is always exactly 1 week after Christmas Day, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So a week from tomorrow, if you're listening to this the day it drops, this is coming out Christmas Eve. And a week from tomorrow, 10 a.m., Great Plains registration will open. Other matches, Northwoods, May 2nd and 3rd, 2026, up at Forest Lake. Tanfo Timmy's match. The PCSL Belt Championship, May 17th at Mission 160 in Texas. Lane's class, Jeff, I'm not going to make it.
Boo.
It's not going to happen.
I say boo this man.
My daughter's getting more money for college, but we have to go to Waco to get it. So I have to fly to Texas that weekend. Sorry.
Brother, ooh.
Yeah. And other matches, well, if you want us to be a sponsor of your match, we'll yak about it on the show until it happens. So,
and then after it happens, we'll talk to somebody who did it.
We'll talk to somebody who shot it, even if we're not able to shoot it. So, all right. It's almost Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, the day this is coming out. I love Christmas. I really do. I've always loved Christmas. Last year, I was on call for work, so I couldn't go with my family to my in-laws for Christmas, and I fucking hated it so much. It was kind of depressing. So then I watched movies and got over it. So Jeff and I thought it would be fun to talk about action movies or just movies in general. Are they or are they not Christmas movies?
Bah humbug.
You are. I don't know. I'm guessing you're more Scroogey than I am.
Yes. Oh, very much so.
You don't give a fuck about Christmas?
Pretty much. I mean, I don't have a large family, and I don't have a large family I'm connected with that much anymore. So, I, not to be really depressing or anything, but I'm going to be drinking with not friends that don't have family in town. Like that's going to be my Christmas.
I would be kind of depressed if that was my Christmas, just because my entire life has always been lots of family stuff going on around Christmas. So
right. No, and for anyone who's like, oh my God, I'm not unhappy about it. Like I'm perfectly content with my existence. But I have a very small family, and I got a business to run, and so I can't go out to Dad's 7.5 hours to Dad's ranch and back in time. So I'll be all boring. But yeah, I don't really, the whole Christmas thing. Did your wife ever make you watch Hallmark movies?
No, she's not really into Hallmark movies.
That's good. Playing the ad lib game for Hallmark movies is always fun. Is this one going to be, let's see, man or woman gets stuck in a small town, meets either former lover, former friend, or random person that has never left town but is somehow hunky-dory and runs the local, bakery. And it's just this weird ad lib that goes down or Mad Lib that you can fill out before the movie's done and be like, yep, nope, this is cut and paste.
That's fun. Okay, so movies that may or may not be Christmas movies. Okay, let's start with the classic argument everybody has with Die Hard.
I'm going with absolutely not.
Not a Christmas movie.
Not a Christmas movie.
It starts off with Christmas music.
Correct. Yep. I believe the party that they're all at is like the company Christmas party or something,
yes.
Right?
It's taking place on Christmas Eve.
Right. Santa isn't there. It's not a Christmas movie.
Okay.
I don't feel like just because it happens on December 24th or whatever automatically makes it a Christmas movie. To me, a Christmas movie needs to have a Santa element to it, and the only thing that was delivering anything got blown up.
Well, to your point, I'm just doing a little Google research here on imdb.com. Die Hard did not come out at Christmas time. I'm looking for the release date on here. It keeps giving me the year. Yeah, it came out July 20th, 1988. So it came out in the middle of the summer. So I'm just pointing out a fact.
Yeah.
I think of it as a Christmas movie because there are so many trappings of Christmas in the movie. I mean, yeah, it's one of the greatest action movies ever made, but it's got Run DMC, Christmas in Hollis, like towards the beginning of the movie.
Cat.
It ends with, oh God, what song does it end with? It's like a Dean Martin Christmas song. I don't remember which one it is, but it like the closing credits is a Christmas song. Okay. There's a Christmas party happening where the terrorists take over. Okay. Yep. There's also the trimmings of Christmas and all that and whatever. But then like he kills the one terrorist and then writes on his shirt, "Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho." You know who says ho, ho, ho? Santa.
I guess. I just... So, okay, here...
I just stumbled across that argument.
That's fair.
I was rolling. I didn't plan that at all.
So, when did you start treating it as a Christmas movie? Was it after the argument started?
I'll be honest, it was. I mean, I was working in morning radio. Like, of course we were talking about, like, I remember the day. I don't remember what day it was or when it was, but I remember the show when we're having this, like, heated debate with listeners and each other about whether or not Die Hard's a Christmas movie. And my morning co-host at that time had never seen it, so she didn't really have a strong opinion. But then she did go see it eventually, or she watched it on the internet or whatever, and was like, eh. But I did see it on the big screen. They had it. There's this old movie theater they renovated and fixed up downtown here in Sioux Falls, and me and my brother went to Die Hard at that theater. God, it was fun to see it on the big screen. It was so cool.
Now you got me checking if Alamo Drafthouse is going to... I mean, you'd almost think they'd have to have a Christmas showing of Die Hard. Like,
yeah,
no, they only have It's a Wonderful Life. Boo. Like, come on, guys, be better.
Okay, since you mentioned it, let's bring that up, because I added that to the list. It's a Wonderful Life. Is it a Christmas movie? I say no, it is not.
Oh, I thought I was legitimately. I've always thought of It's a Wonderful Life as the quintessential Christmas movie. Now, I haven't seen it in like a decade, but I could have sworn that it was a very Christmas movie.
Now, I like it. I love the movie. But if you remove Christmas from it, it's still the same movie.
Yeah. But, you can say the same thing about Die Hard, but...
No. Because you would never have Hans Gruber, Alan Rickman saying, ho, 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 now I have a machine gun. No, it's not the same movie. Like, the one-liners from Die Hard help make it. No, it's... Because, like, so much of that, of It's a Wonderful Life, doesn't even really happen at Christmas. Like, because they're doing all the flashbacks and, like, when Mary and... Oh, God, I can't think of the main character's name. George. When George and Mary are like, oh, they're about to go on their honeymoon, but then all of a sudden the stock market crash happens, so then they can't go on their honeymoon or whatever. And then, it's... I don't feel like it's a Christmas movie. It just doesn't feel like a Christmas movie. We always watch it around Christmas in my family, but I don't.
Okay, so my next question, having not watched a movie in like a decade, why is it on the list of action movies? I don't remember it being an action gun movie.
Oh, these are all action movies. I didn't really think of that. Okay, never mind.
Okay. I thought I was like, am I misremembering some massive gunfight?
Well, Gremlins, there's gunplay in It's a Wonderful Life.
There is?
There absolutely is gunplay. When they're imagining George is, like in one of the scenes where George was never born and then he's some stranger who rolls into town, the cop ends up shooting at him when he was...
Okay.
He finds Mary. She's an old maid working at the library, and he's like, Mary, don't you know me, Mary? And she's like screaming and faints, and I don't know if it's the same scene, but at some point the cop comes up and like starts shooting at him as he's running away.
Starts a blasted.
Yeah, and so he started blasting. Yeah, but so there's a little bit of gunplay in there.
Okay. So far we have both gone the opposite on each of these.
Gremlins. When I saw Gremlins, that made me think not action movie, because I don't think of that as an action movie, even though there is some action in it. But
yeah, because don't they try to shoot him? Or am I thinking?
I'm pretty sure there's. I see that movie. I haven't probably seen in 10 years. So
the last time I saw it, I was working at a bar, and I was doing door security, and they would play like 80s B movies on a big screen, but with no sound. And so I watched Gremlins with no sound. It's a very strange movie to begin with.
Oh.
With no sound. It's really creepy.
I saw Toy Story when I worked at Kmart in college, but I never saw it from start to finish. I worked in the electronics department, and so I had seen every scene in Toy Story when that came out, because it was so huge.
Yeah.
But it would be playing on repeat. The VHS of it would be back in electronics, and it was years after that before I finally actually saw it start to finish.
Yeah.
I might have even had kids by the time I saw that start to finish. So I'm looking at Gremlins right now, and on IMDb, what the hell was I coming here to look at, though? Shit, I can't remember. Anyway.
Is there any gunplay?
I don't think that's what I was looking for, but...
Oh.
I don't remember why I came here to look at something on that website. Anyway.
Just remember not to feed them after midnight.
Okay. Well, we were already talking about it. Gremlins. Is it a Christmas movie?
That would... okay, I'm going based off of a very limited memory of... Again, I think the last time I watched it was with zero sound. Aren't the Gremlins a Christmas gift?
The Mogwai was a Christmas gift. Like Gizmo was a gift from his dad to his son. And Gizmo was good. We named our cat Gizmo after the gremlin. Super cute little critter. I don't recall. I think there's like some shotgun blasting in there somewhere.
Yeah, because they try to shoot him.
Oh, wait. Duh. We know better than this. imfdb.org. I was just on the wrong page. The wrong IM Internet Movie Firearm Database is the one I needed. Gremlins, there we go. It has a page. Yep, we've got a Colt Official Police 4-inch 38 Special, Smith & Wesson Model 19, and a Luger dart gun. That's all we get.
That's it, huh?
Yep. Oh, yeah, one of the Gremlins has a revolver and pulls it on Kate.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
He's wearing a ski mask over his face. Yeah, not a lot of gunplay. I'm going to go with Gremlins. Like, it all takes place during Christmas, but I never think of it as a Christmas movie.
Right, that's fair. That's fair.
I just don't.
Well, because that's kind of one of the... Is it Christmas themed? Is it happening during Christmas time? Or is it like, Christmas at its core? Because the Santa Claus movies are Christmas at their core, but they happen over the course of a whole year.
Yeah.
Like a great example of this one that, because of the Die Hard conversation, Lethal Weapon always gets thrown into this because the first gunfight is at a pine tree farm.
Oh,
or shop.
A Christmas tree, like...
Yeah, Christmas tree.
Store or whatever.
Right. And so, but it's filmed in California. So, there's no snow or any other... I don't think there's any other...
No.
Christmas thing about the movie.
Well, the final fight with Mr. Joshua... Mr. Joshua.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Buttered sausage.
Yeah, Gary Busey is the bad guy at the end. The big fight with him. I just Googled Lethal Weapon ending because I couldn't remember, how does it end? Is there, Christmas stuff at the end? And even just, the Google search results, the YouTube video that shows up, the little thumbnail that if you mouse over it, it starts moving. Yeah, the fight with Mr. Joshua... There's a Christmas tree in the background. So, But having said that, until I started seeing this on the list, we found a list, I completely forgot anything to do with Lethal Weapon was Christmassy.
Right, because it kind of goes to the joke is does one Christmas tree in the corner make it a Christmas movie? Because
in First Blood, that meme went around. That made me laugh. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, because there's one Christmas tree in the office or the front desk of the police station or some shit like that. Yeah, it's no one thought of Rambo as a Christmas movie.
Yeah, no, I would go with no.
Right. But then you get into ones where the Christmas is forced on it, and then so that they are quote unquote Christmas movies, but it feels like Iron Man 3, that abomination.
So here's the thing with the Superman movies that are on this list. I have no comment. I have never seen it. I don't watch Superman movies or superhero movies. I just don't. I do watch Spider-Man because my son really likes Spider-Man, but outside of that, I've never seen Iron Man 3. I've never seen Iron Man. I've never seen Iron Man 2. I've never seen Iron Man 5. Haven't seen it.
That's fascinating to me that you can go as long as the Avengers series was out and not see a single
Every
one.
single one of those movies is the same fucking thing. If you've seen one of them, you've basically seen all of them.
Yeah, but that's like saying I've seen a World War II movie. I know how it ends.
That's different. Don't piss in my Cheerios. Same with Batman Returns. I don't even know who the Batman is in that one. Oh wait, that was like was that like a George Clooney?
No.
Which Batman? Or is that like what's his name?
Christian Bale.
Is it Christian Bale? Are you sure? I don't think it's Christian Bale.
Are we sure? I mean, there you go.
Oh no, it's Michael Keaton. It was the second Batman.
Oh, okay.
Danny DeVito was the Penguin.
Gotcha. Because I could have swore that the like final battle scene, because the I'm thinking of the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. That was what was in my head when I saw that. Michelle Pfeiffer is Catwoman.
Yeah. It like the final battle is fought in the snow, so that kind of goes to that conversation around like it happened in the winter. Does that make it a Christmas movie? But no, I didn't watch any of the Batmans outside of the Christian Bale ones. Well,
the OG with Jack Nicholson as the Joker was fucking great.
Yeah,
that's my favorite Batman movie. It was so good. This town needs an enema. There's so many great lines in that movie.
And then it just got progressively worse and worse.
Yeah, it didn't go uphill. The Long Kiss Goodnight. I think I saw that one time back whenever it hit on video. Because isn't that Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson?
That you're now in a realm I've never even heard of this movie.
I think it is. I'm right. Gina Davis, Samuel L. Jackson, 1996.
You want me to make you feel bad? Because I was 4 when this movie came out.
Fuck yourself.
I've never even heard of this movie.
Jesus. It's a Rennie Harlin movie. I think he was the director of Die Hard. I think. He's done a bunch of action movies. No, he didn't do Die Hard.
So we've gone over some of the classics. Are there any like modern ones that you're like, yeah, this is my Christmas movie, or this is the Christmas movie that I watch on top of all the classics?
I always, and this came up last week, I like watching Band of Brothers around Christmas. By the way, I don't know if it still is, because we talked about doing a viewing party episode, or maybe just a separate thing on our Patreon. I went looking for Band of Brothers because the only way I can watch it is if I pull out the Blu-rays.
Yep.
But every now and then, I'll go on Amazon and stuff I like will be super cheap. Band of Brothers and The Pacific are both $20 to buy for streaming, like to own them on your Amazon Prime Video account.
Yeah.
So I bought that and The Pacific because they were half price. They're normally $40 for the whole series. And so now I own DVD, Blu-ray, and digital on Amazon. Literally bought Band of Brothers 3 times.
That's fair. Band of Brothers 100%. If I'm completely honest, I actually never made it all the way through The Pacific.
I understand that. It's not as engaging.
I hate flashback, like lots and lots and lots of flashbacks.
Well,
I want to say the first episode is just like all flashbacks or something.
No, the thing is, it was harder to follow and hard to stay in touch with. I still like it a lot, but it was just so all over the place because it was, they follow like 3 different guys who really weren't related.
Yep.
But they are all like huge players in the war in the Pacific and the Marine Corps.
Yeah, because they followed Basilone, right?
Yeah, John Basilone, Eugene Sledge. He wrote the best soldier memoir there's ever been with The Old Breed. And then Robert Leckie, who wrote Helmet for My Pillow, which is also a damn good book. But they should have either just focused on Eugene Sledge or Robert Leckie or John Basilone. I think it would have been better if they would have just zeroed in on one of them, because any one of them is worth it. I think Eugene Sledge would have been more worth it because he was just a private all the way through. So he's sort of got that like bottom of the rung perspective, but like was in all the worst shit in combat.
Right.
Although his wife in the miniseries is hot and she gets naked in it, it's just like HBO gratuitous, nudity.
Right.
The John Basilone story, I didn't think he got told all that great because he's only in combat for like an episode or two.
Yep.
And then it's like him back in the States and him rear echelon, and then eventually he goes to Iwo Jima before he's killed. And now he's a Medal of Honor winner. Like I don't mean to shit on him. I'm just talking about the series itself and how it was done. You're right. It's not as compelling as Band of Brothers is, and Band of Brothers is just fucking amazing. It's like the greatest television ever made.
Yep. So we'll work on figuring out a way to do like a watch through party, or
but we can't do the whole series. It's 10 episodes, and they're all like an hour long. Like that would take forever.
Well, we depending on the success of it. I mean, if we do it soonish, we could definitely do either the Bastogne episode or the Foy episode.
Yeah, the Breaking
theme.
Point. I actually just watched that one today. The
one where they follow Lipton.
That's so good because like it starts off with like sort of the, like the first couple episodes, even though like it's still pretty horror of war. The first few episodes are sort of jingoistic and sort of like America, fuck yeah, They have a little bit of that feel without being ridiculous. But then as you get further into it, like it's like, oh, war fucking sucks. Like this is shitty. It's really shitty. And then it sort of hits rock bottom with the concentration camp episode,
Yep.
And then it's sort of like comes back up with the last episode where it's like, oh, guys are finally going home. And there's this sort of exhale, but like you still sort of see the desperation these guys are faced with when they get out. Like, how do I explain this to anybody ever?
Right.
And it's such a wonderfully told story as a miniseries. I mean, the book is okay. The book's fine. It's not that great.
Yeah.
But the miniseries, I think, completely overshadows the book, and that's rare.
For sure. So yeah, we're gonna work on the figuring out how to do a group watch of that. Yeah. For me, I've come to love the movie Violent Christmas or Violent Night.
I don't even know what that is.
It's hilarious. So basically, Santa is a former Viking berserker, and he.
Oh, I've seen previews of this. David Harbour.
Yep. And it's fantastic. And it basically the gist of it is like, without giving any spoilers, that he's not really super happy being Santa because, he liked killing people. And a kid is able to message him who's like super rich, and there's a kidnapping plot going on, and so he has to like save this kid from a kidnapping plot, and there's twists and turns and lots of gunplay and lots of dudes getting killed with axes. It's hilarious. I love it.
As far as like an actual Christmas movie that's relatively recent that I really liked, I can't think of it. The Kurt Russell one that was the Netflix
Christmas
movie.
Chronicles.
Yes. The first one of those was fantastic.
Yes, I 100% agree with you. It's actually, that was the other one I was going to bring up. I was kind of looking to see if there was a gun battle that I was forgetting that it would fit into this, but no, they did a fantastic job, and I've heard don't watch the second one.
Yeah, the second one's not worth watching, really. But the first one is just so good, and even just the little twist that's in that, even though you can kind of see it coming, it's so cute. I love that movie. It's so great. Oh gosh, that's older than I thought. It came out in 2018. Huh. All right. Well, there we go. We argued about Christmas movies, I guess. Okay, back to gun shit. So This is our Christmas episode. Like this is all Christmassy. So if you came here for autistic, how did I get better at shooting? fuck off. We're not doing that today. I guess I did a little bit of it towards the beginning of the show. The worst gift to give a gun person. So someone who's into guns. I also separated this into the worst gift for shooters because they're not the same thing.
No, we're not the same people.
No.
So
I have one I can say that applies to both. Okay,
I mean,
right off the bat.
okay.
The absolute worst gift to get.
Okay.
A cleaning kit.
What, are you trying to tell me you don't need another boar snake?
No, I don't need another boar snake. However, well, I finally have a use for my 45 boar snake, I guess, that I've had ever since Area 3 2018. But no, just like I've gotten like generic, oh, Andy likes shooting, like, oh, he needs to clean guns. And so I'll get this like generic gun cleaning kit. And like, I'm guessing anybody who gave me one of these over the last 10 years won't hear this. They're usually really shitty and useless.
Yep.
It's just like some generic thing that whether it's, a product that was bought at Scheels or if it's from Walmart or whatever. Every one I've ever bought was made by a company I've never heard of. And it was just shitty stuff. Like, cleaning rod sucks. The tools are plastic, not made out of copper or brass. And, like, no, terrible. That's the one I thought of immediately was like a gun cleaning kit.
Yep. That one's a classic. If you're not, so for like gun people, giving them ammunition. If you're not a gun person, it's a great way to get the wrong thing.
Because they don't shoot.
Well, yes, they don't.
What do they need
don't,
ammo for? They just have guns. They don't shoot.
Right, exactly. Also, they tend to have like a shit ton of different calibers. And so you're like, I know they said they have like a 45 and this box has 45 on it. So that must be the box they want. And so you're like, cool, I shoot 45 ACP and you gave me 45 gap. Cool. This is awesome. Thanks. So where's,
or even better, I've seen this at Scheels before. There's a lady looking at all the bullets. And she's gonna buy 9mm bullets for her husband's pistol.
Yep.
And I've saved them before and said, ma'am, does he make his own bullets? No. Okay, you're in the wrong aisle. You need the ammunition aisle. These are literally just the bullet that flies out of the barrel for reloading.
Yep.
You want the ammunition aisle, which is about 6 aisles that way. Oh, thank you. Because her husband sent her to the wrong fucking place.
Yep.
But
yep. Oh, that's another good one. Reloading supplies. Don't
buy reloading supplies for a reloader.
Nope. Everything is way too specific and way too you're like, oh, I need gunpowder.
I take it back. If my wife were to come down here and go, you know what? I'm going to buy Andy some gunpowder for Christmas. Right. If she came down and looked at my reloading bench right now, within eyesight are 5 containers of powder that are all tight group.
Correct.
That would be a good assessment of a reloading product to buy.
Right, because you're a shooter, a gun person who may have a reloading setup. Because I have friends like this. They've got 8 different powders and a single stage press, and so they may walk up and be like, "I'm going to grab this one," and they're like, "I shoot that gun like once a year. That powder's 10 years old. Cool. Now I have another pound of it or whatever." Just don't. Just don't. Worst gift for shooters. Let's see. The honest worst gift you can give a shooter is when you try to get them something particular and you don't fully understand what they are looking for.
Like a belt or a holster or even a gun.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if someone was like, oh, hey, I'm going to buy you a pistol, I'd be like, that is way too generic here, homie. Like, we're going to have to go over some specifics before.
You need a gold-plated 45 Trump 1911. That's what you mean.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I would make so much chaos with
Yeah.
that thing. Hey, if anyone wants to gift me one of those, I will do dumb shit with it. Like a laser engraver will be involved. But another worst gift. Don't get fucking like the memes or the propaganda pieces.
Oh, like the AR that was the cover of an episode a few weeks back.
Yes, yeah. Or
Like the AR with the Trump shit all over it. God, that was hideous.
Right. Don't try to buy him a shirt that's,
The Second Amendment is my gun permit.
right. Any of that meme shit, unless they already wear like 17 of those.
Yeah.
Don't get me some weird, because like, especially you may not understand what kind of gun person they are, and they're like, oh, cool. Thanks for the NRA shirt. I fucking hate the NRA, but okay.
Unless you already see them wearing that sort of thing, that would be terrible. I mean, we are sort of preaching to the choir here. You know,
Yeah, we are. We have a strange audience.
Yeah.
I know, because they all message me, and I love it.
I know there's a handful of people who listened to me on the radio back in the day who aren't gun people like you and I and a lot of our listeners are, but they would be gun people like we're talking about,
Right.
you know. God, outside of like something, like, I don't know how somebody who's not a gun person would know a certain gun is cool. You know, just because you spend $2,000 on a pistol doesn't mean, like, there's a lot of pistols and shields that are $2,000 where I'd be like, thanks.
Yep. Be like, did you keep that receipt? Like,
Yeah. Well, you typically can't return guns.
I know. It's that.
So
that's
it's
it.
like, how much can I get for this on Gunbroker?
Yep.
Because I'm going to buy something else with it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If someone bought me a Staccato or a Nighthawk, I'd be like, cool. So that's not staying in my hands for more than 30 days.
No,
Like,
this is just capital to buy something I actually want.
yep. Trade bait. Whoop whoop.
Yep. Hell, I knew what my dad was into when he was alive. I still got him a fucking Shields gift card.
It's always the easiest thing.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so we've been going over a lot of the worst things. What would you say is like a good gift for a gun person? Let's say less than $50, so that people aren't breaking the bank. Unless you want to buy me, if you want to buy me a Trump clock, you can buy me a Trump clock. But so for someone who's listening to us who's like, oh, but I do have a friend. What would you say? Less than $50, good gift for a shooting gun person.
I bought one of these on a lark because I think it was on clearance, and then when I actually was looking this up, I found that they drastically changed it. I have this like generic gun multi-tool that Real Avid made. They've changed it a lot. I think the current version of what I have is called the Gun Tool Pro. Because it looks the most like what I have. It's just got a few like screwdriver bits, and then they go into the side into the end, so you can do like either a Torx driver or a screwdriver.
Yeah.
It's got some like punches. It's got a shotgun gauge thing that I'll never use, and then some sort of blade that I'm not even sure what it's intended for, but I've used it before to like hack down a holster. That's the thing I remember using it the most on, was hacking down the area around a mag release, so it wouldn't hit the mag release when it was in the holster.
Yeah.
But like something like that, as long as it was because they have a bunch of these multi-tools.
Yeah, because I have
some
the
like
pistol
that.
version.
They're around $50. They have some that are more expensive, but like this one would be super useful. I've had mine in my range bag that I've taken to matches for the last 5 years, and it's fantastic. I've used it a bunch. Something like that would be really good.
I have I think it's literally on their website. It's called The Pistol Tool. And yeah, I've used it a bunch of times. I normally keep it in my bag. My first like idea off the top of my head, Magula. Like you could never go wrong with it.
Dude, that is the fucking smartest answer to that question.
Because they're like $25-$30. Like they're
like 35.
Yeah, they're annoyingly expensive for like when you hold it, you're like, this is plastic, and I'm annoyed.
Well, I own 2 of them, and I'm glad I have 2. One stays on my range bag, one stays on my bench, and I use it to pre-fill mags or load like dry fire mags.
Yep.
And the other one stays in my range bag because then I'm not remembering to move it back and forth. It is totally worth spending the $70 to have 2 of these if you're a USPSA shooter. 100%. That is such a fucking smart answer. They're $35. They've been $35 forever.
Yeah.
Other companies have tried to come out with better tools. They don't exist. There isn't anything better. It's so good. Like, that's great.
Yeah, it's the simplest answer because it, like I said, as a cheap person, they're too expensive for how they feel. But when I'm loading mags on a hot day or I'm loading the 7th mag in a row, I'm like, I love this thing. It's the best thing in the world. Mm-hmm. But when I'm standing at Shields or Cabela's or whatever, and I'm looking at Magulas and I'm like, $35, like, really?
Like I get a hinge and a spring and you're charging me $35 over that cheap thing that came with my Glock.
Right. Exactly.
But then when you use that one, you're like, oh, that $35 is totally worth it. Yep. I looked at those for the longest time. I'd been shooting USPSA for like 2 years. And it was just like $35 for that. That's stupid. And then I finally caved in and bought one. And then I was like, oh, this really does make life better. It really does. So
I didn't know they sell them in multiple colors. I'm on their website right now.
Yeah. They've got a bunch of colors. I have a green one and a black one. I previously had a brown one. I had this like super rich businessman do a lesson with me here, and he saw that, and he's like, I want that. I said, well, I don't have any new ones. I used to like carry them, and I would sell them at intro classes and lessons. Yeah. And he's like, I don't care if it's new. I want it. What does it cost? Well, when I sell them new, they're $40. He's like, I don't care. I'll pay $40 for that. That's awesome. I love it. Okay. So I sold him my brown one. Yeah. No, they've got like a red and blue one. There's pink one, like banana yellow one. They've got all kinds of colors of that fucking thing.
Interesting. But yeah, no, I need an obnoxious color so that they don't get stolen. Because I feel like
that's why I get the weird color that you don't see very often.
Yeah, I feel like one of the ones in my bag I may have stolen at a match because I came home and opened my ammo can and found one in there, and then I opened my bag and found another one in there, and I'm like, I don't know where that one came from. Interesting. But other ones that pop into my head, like ammo. Okay, so going back to ammo's a bad thing for the gun person. For a shooter, it's a great item. Because we all have one caliber.
Everybody's got 9mm.
Everyone's got 9mm or 5.56 to do some rifle shit. Like you can buy a couple boxes of that. For me, if someone kind of like how we did or you did the gifts or the price table at Great Plains, but if someone was like, hey, here's a 25 round box of 9mm HST or Critical Defense or whatever brand that isn't some weird novelty, I'd be like, oh, cool, thanks. Like, yeah. I will go load up a mag with these.
I'm happy to get a box of defensive ammo. Absolutely. That was your idea, by the way. Like, I've been doing it at Great Plains for the last couple of years, but I haven't. I was just like, this is genius. Why wouldn't I do this? Yeah,
it's so simple. For the centimeter gang, 10mm would always be appreciated. There's like 8 of us.
You were done with that thought. Okay.
Yes.
I just got a text from my wife that I have to cancel my son's Christmas present that I just ordered because she found a different one. Can you cancel an order on Amazon?
I assume so.
Oh, viewer changed the order. Okay. Well, they don't make it easy.
No, that's not their job.
There we go.
Speaking of Amazon, we were thinking up ideas earlier, and Ear Pro, like a new Ear Pro or like a decent Ear Pro, even if you already have like your go-to Ear Pro, having a backup set, either because you forgot yours, they break, or you're bringing a friend, always a good thing to have. So just grab your favorite shooter, get him another pair of headphones so that he can take you shooting.
Yeah. The Ear Pro I bring with me to classes because I know people are not going to have it. I have a couple of those, the walkers, but the electronics in both of them are fucked. The electronics in those headphones, in those muffs, don't last very long. I had a pair where actually they still kind of work, but they're crackly all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like you can't stand actually using the electronics. The other one, they don't even work. But even like good plugs, if somebody bought me a pack of Milwaukee makes foamy earplugs, if somebody bought me a big pack of those, I'd be happy as a clam. Those are great. They're better than any other foamy plugs I've ever used. Come in little individual packages, in a big box. That would be, that's a weird thing, but for under $50. Here's one I find incredibly useful day to day. Now, this is for somebody who actually carries a gun. A little lockable case.
Okay.
That you can put in your car. It's the one I have. Now, mine is not one you can find easily for under $50, but I got it for $40 at Costco. It was one of the LifePod, like Vault-Tec LifePods. It's got a keypad and like a steel cable. I'll run that through like the car seat, the child seat anchors in the back seat of my truck or my car. And so then it's at least hard to steal my pistol out of my car if someone were to break into it. But there's also like lockable ones with a key or just like a roller combo, that are definitely under $50.
Right.
Those are incredibly useful. I've used one for a long time. I actually won a couple of the Hornady ones that they started selling. They were a key, kind of a pain in the balls, but they were good. They were just really heavy. I won like a pair of those at Area 3 one year as my prize table prize. Those are decent. I think the electronic combo ones are the handiest. I've flown with that before. It's really handy for that.
Yeah.
I'll just throw that in my check bag and flew to Arizona with that last year or 2 years ago, whenever it was we went there, and it was super handy. But yeah. Oh, Christmas. Anything else under $50 you can think of?
The only thing that pops in my head, just because it's freaking cold, is if you can get anything electrically heated. If they're a shooter, like heated gloves or a heated, I think the heated coats would be too expensive, but I don't know, even like anything heated that has like an electronic heater in it. Hell yeah. Aren't the butt fans have to be under $50? Get them butt fans.
Yeah. I think mine was like 20 or 25. Something like that. Yeah, no, butt fan. If they're shooters. Gun people, There's some days at work, though, where the butt fan would come in handy. Okay, if there's one thing you're going to put under the tree this year, Jeff, that you would hope would be under the tree, even though you hate Christmas.
Bah humbug.
If there was a tree where you were going to be, what would be the shooting thing you would want under it?
I mean, the silly answer is a pallet of 9mm. That one's nice and simple.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's say. Okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah.
Or something that fits under the tree. M1 Garand with bayonet and sling.
I'm learning as someone who's about. By the way, I didn't get my M1 yet. The shipping was slightly delayed. It's gonna arrive. Well, we're recording this on Sunday. It arrives tomorrow. So when this comes out, I got it 2 days ago. But it'll be at Gary's tomorrow for me to pick up. And I was actually just looking at it on the website again. The wood on that thing is so fucking gorgeous. Like, it's really nice looking. The bayonets are not cheap.
Yep.
I was expecting to get one for like $100 or less. That's not really a thing.
Really? I was expecting like $80.
No,
That's crazy.
I mean, they're going to be over 100 for the most part. I mean, they can be had for under $100, but most of those are the really long 16-inch ones that were not really used much during World War I or World War II. The 10-inch, I can't remember what the number was on them, but those are a lot tougher to come by. And most of them, you're going to find eBay is going to have your best bet for the most part.
Yep.
Oh, here's one that's not too bad. I think these are those. Are they the 10-inch? Because if I was going to get one, that's the one I would get, not the 16. That's sort of crazy long.
That's what she said.
But yeah, you're definitely spending over $100 for an M1 bayonet. Kind of wild.
Yeah.
No, I'm so excited to get it. You have no idea. The ammo arrives Tuesday. The gun arrives Monday. And then I'll be up at my in-laws' farm for Christmas. So we're gonna shoot some pew 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 ping. Or actually, I should have pinged one shot earlier there.
Yeah, it's like I feel like you.
No, I got a 9-round M1.
Yep.
It's a 9-rounder. I do want to get a 5-round hunting clip. They make
the Dremel
those
out. Yeah, because I know they make like a 1-round clip as well.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they're like stupid expensive for what they are, but yeah, it's just a really short clip that activates all the things it needs to activate, but it only holds 1 round.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It just needs to occupy the space for, yes, there is a clip of ammunition in here. And as long as it sends that one home. Holy shit. Why is this one $455?
Because people are stupid.
Yeah. There was oops, I spelled it wrong. Garand. What was the fucking website I found? Is it Ammo Garand? Yeah, ammogarand.com. Slings and bayonets, all of their bayonets are out of stock. And the only one they were showing a 16-inch, $375. So, yeah. Okay. As far as if I could have anything under the tree, this is a thing I've never, I don't want to pay for this, but if I won one, I would be so happy. Or if somehow it ended up under my tree, I would be so happy. And that is a Mark 7 with an auto drive. Or an 1100 with an auto drive, whatever. I don't care. I would be okay with that because I think I'm at the age now where I think I've had some shoulder problems just from running the press. You know, I've just worn stuff out when I've had to do too much ammo during the season.
Yep.
And yeah, it was. That would be the thing I would really want under the tree, for sure. That'd be nice. Wishful thinking, but instead I've got my good old 650. She's a good old press. She makes bullets pretty good. I need to quit using N320 though. I fucking hate that shit. I know it's supposed to be bougie powder, but it just falls out of the case.
Yeah.
In 9mm. It would probably be better in 40 if I was going to load it in 40, because then at least I've got a bigger case. But the load I'm using for bullets that I found actually makes power factor I've got a little bit of a shimmy. I'm sure there's someone listening who's like, oh, well, if you put in this little doodad in your press, then it won't do that little thing after the indexer does its little whatever. And okay. Anyway. All right. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading and listening. I'm guessing this will be listened to. The download day won't, there'll probably still be a peak on Wednesday for downloads, but then it'll sort of scatter. There'll be some on Thursday, some on Friday. It'll be sort of all over the place just because when people are traveling is probably when this is going to get downloaded. But Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for listening. He is Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show.